Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jason, and thank you for joining us for the TruckLogics webinar today. What I'm going to do while everybody's still getting settled is just go over a little bit about us and our history. We're right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. This is our office right here. It's outside of Charlotte by about 20 miles south, and we are a privately held company that was started in 2009. It was actually what they call bootstrapped. They sold pretty much everything the owners and the founders did, not in ag, and decided to start a technology company they had a passion for. And they had years and years of experience doing different technology products. And so they came together and started this company in just a small 200 square foot office. And they've grown from there. So over the last 5 years, we've grown by leaps and bounds. We have over 100,000 users that are with us now. And we follow the same principles today as we did then. Basically, what we want to create is a customer-centric organization. Basically, what we believe is that the program should be simple to use and customer support that you can count on. And that's how we've grown to where we are today. And that's just a little bit about us, your team. Some of the people that you'll be speaking to is first Elena. She is the product manager of TruckLogics. We have Charles. He is the director of tax products. And you'll probably also hear from Brian, the account manager. And then there's me. I'm sales manager. And then we have Melody, social media manager. So if you see me post on Twitter or you'd like to interact with her, please feel free to do so. We're always here for you. And to give you a little more insight into what we do, I'm going to go into our social media. And you can contact us on social media through Facebook. Here's the TruckLogics page on Facebook. And it will keep you updated on anything that we have going on, and plus we have feature walkthroughs too. If you don't want to contact us on Facebook, you can also reach us on Twitter. We're really active on Twitter, and we have different features on Twitter that we highlight, and cool little stories that we tweet out too. And we have Google+. Please join us on Google+. And in addition to Google+, LinkedIn, Pinterest, we're on the different social media platforms. What we have going on right now that we just announced is Pro Miles. Talk a little bit about Pro Miles. Go over to the pricing page. Right now with Pro Miles, if you sign up for TruckLogics, the first 3 months of Pro Miles is free to the beginning of January if you use the code Pro Miles. And it's something that we're offering that we have up and running. It'll help with your routing and then also any trip sheets that you do, and we'll show you that in the program. It's a great feature that we're happy to announce, and we're going to be offering, like I said, free to the end of the year, and we hope you sign up now for TruckLogics so you can get in on that special offer. I'm going to go over a little bit about pricing real quick to show everyone that's not familiar with our pricing, how it works. First, we give everybody 30 days free. The first 30 days is on us, and then after that, depending on the size of your fleet, we offer different options. For 1 to 2 truck fleets, it's $4.95 a month. Very cost effective for the small business or budding business owner. And then for small fleets, 3 to 7 trucks, it's only $12.95. If you start to get a larger fleet, so for the mid-sized fleets, we only go up to $24.95. And again, if you get in on this right now, you'll have Pro Miles to go along with it at no additional cost for the first 3 months. So now that we're ready, we're going to show you a little bit about sign up and the sign up process. Let's see. First thing you need to do when you're signing up is to just put in a valid email address and then select continue. Again, there is no credit card required to sign up, and we ask for very little information. All we ask for is a password, first name, last name, business name, phone number, what your language preference is, how did you find us, and what do you think you'll be using. And you just select the plan, and then you sign up. Terms of use are right here, so if you want to view the terms of use, you can click here. You select this box here and then sign up, and you're immediately signed up for TruckLogics. There's nothing else you have to do. We make it very simple for you. Now what I'm going to do is take you through after you've set up. So after you've set up your TruckLogics, you've created an account, come in and filled out the necessary information to get you started. What we want to do now is show you how to manage your business. Where to begin? What information do you have to put in? What information you don't? We try to require you to put in very little information. And I'm going to show you some important things to look for. Let me log back in here. I've been idle for a little while. And as a security feature, we log off. So, settings is where I'm going, the wheel in the top right-hand corner of the screen. We're going to select settings. All right. First part up in settings, we'll go to business detail. In the business detail section, we do have a few things that are required. In the business detail section, owner name, and that is the only thing required in that section, and then your address, which we make it very easy for you to put your address in. All you have to do is start typing the information. I'm going to start over here just to give you an idea. We'll clear. And so you just start typing in information, and eventually it will find you. So here I am, Main Street, and then it fills in the boxes for you. Contact details, they do require your first name, last name, email address, and phone number, and that is it. As far as setting your business details, this information is all that's required. And when you're done doing that, you just select Save, and it keeps your account details there. And that's your business details. You can also access it from the toolbar on the left side. This will give you any of the activities that we see over here. You can quickly select from this side. Now, credentials, we'll go to billing, credentials. Do driver credentials first. I have no driver credentials yet. If you would like to set up driver credentials, you select set up driver credentials, and then you can put the email address and phone number in there. Another one I want to highlight is my activities category. My activities category is very helpful. This right here will show you everything that you've ever done in the program. So if you ever want to refer back to find out what you changed or what you did, you always have a list of all your activities that you completed right from this section here. It can be very helpful the longer you use TruckLogics, so you can always refer back to see what you've done, no matter how long ago it was. Billing information, and then change password. All right, and so we'll continue on. I'm going to go back to settings and just give you a few more, an overview of a few more things before we continue. Order settings, you can start with your order number, and you have a prefix and seed. So depending on where you're at in your order, you can set what you would like to say on the orders and where the number would start, so you can keep track of it. Miles is very important. This is where you select how you're going to calculate miles. Right now we have it defaulted to Pro Miles, And you can also select Google Maps, or if you would like, you can enter it in manually. Now, dispatching, same thing, dispatch right here. You can select the number and the seed, so the prefix and seed number, select save. Now what we're going to do is start with orders. Now this is your order screen. Order screen tells you a little bit about the order, any orders that you have, the order number, the time it was created, who the customer is, pickup date, delivery, pickup location, delivery location, pickup date, delivery date, the miles, charges, and the status of it. So if you just started on it, it'll always be a draft until you complete it. So it'll say that. And then right here, you can clone an order, which is very important. If you want to delete an order, it's the trash can here. And if you want to edit an order, right here. So the most important one for a lot of our clients is the clone order, because they end up doing some of the same loads and some of the same orders for clients. And this helps you efficiently continue to do the same order repeatedly instead of making you enter the information over again. So you can create a new order by selecting New Order, or right here in the top right hand from any screen in the program, you can select Add New, and you can click Create an Order, a dispatch, contact, income, expense, equipment, fuel expense, or maintenance. So anywhere in the program, you could always add something new from the blue button in the top right-hand corner of your screen. But for this, we will create an order by selecting New Order. First thing we want to look at is what is required to create a new order. Well, in this case, it's just a customer. If you haven't, you don't have a customer created in your address book, then you can go right here and click Add. And this will allow you to add a customer. And all that's required to add a customer is company name and address. Again, if you don't know the address quickly and you only remember parts of it, you can start adding the address here, and it will fill in the rest of the details for you, save you time and effort. And when you create this order, this will say the customer will be in your address book, and then in the future, if you want to use them on another order, you won't have to enter it again. So we're going to go ahead and select a customer I've created already. We'll do Cisco here. We'll select the order date, which is today's date, and we have a time. Now, billing address has already been filled in because the client we've had previously entered, and so we're just going to select Continue. All right, now at this point, the information that is required to complete this order is pickup location, which if you have put the client into the address book, you already have selected a location for the client, and a co-signee along with drop-off location, and the last is pickup date. That is all required to doing order. So we'll click this, the date, we'll set up a date for the order, we'll set up a time, and we'll set. If you have any pickup instructions, you can select it there. If you have a contact person, you can put it here. I cannot type this acronym. And the phone number if you would like. And then we'll set up a co-signee, which we'll select from the drop-down. Drop-off location I haven't selected, so we'll put a drop-off location in. There we are. It will show you on the map the drop-off location. And we're going to select Save. Now, one thing, even though we've jumped into orders, I want to reiterate for some people out there is that you do not have to complete an order or dispatch. You can use this program just for maintenance or tracking address or expenses or income. What I'm showing you now is if you choose to use it for order and dispatches. This is how you would use it. But I want to make sure that everybody that's with us understands that you don't have to use it for everything. If you want to use just one piece of it, that is completely all right. We have customers that use it just to track maintenance. Some of it just like to track their expenses and their address book, and that's completely fine either way you choose it. But if you choose to use it for order and dispatching, this is the way we're going. This is the way it needs to be completed. So we've completed this, and we're just going to continue on, and we have an order that's been completed. In this section, if you want to set up any details of the goods you're delivering, you can. If not, you can either select continue or skip. In this case, we'll select skip. And right here, any hauling fees that you have set up in your settings, any accessorial fees you have set up here. In this case, we'll just have the hauling fees, $2.40 a mile. Using Pro Miles, it's already got a route and the mileage for you and gives you the total. Any discounts, it is applied here, and here would be your total amount. Now, if you would want turn-by-turn directions using Pro Miles, you just select this arrow here, and it will pull up the turn-by-turn directions for you. And at this point, we're ready. We're going to continue the order. And at this point, we have the order overview so you can see what you have created. And we're going to dispatch. In order to dispatch, you must select a driver. And if you have a truck and trailer number assigned to them, it will automatically populate. If not, you can drop down and find it. Again, you can add it from this point here too. So if you want to add one, you just select add. And the only thing that's required to add a truck, unit number, odometer, enter the location that it's currently at. You do not have to enter license plate, policy number, insurance. This is only here if you want to use it to keep track of the information. If you wish to not enter the information, you don't have to. You select save and you will continue. Since we already have one selected, we will not use it. We're going to assign this driver to this order, and it starts with a check call. So we'll say starting trip. And again, we can calculate the mileage depending on the location that he's currently at or she's at. So if she's in Rock Hill right now, it'll still calculate the miles depending on it. Miles to go to the pickup location is 88. Now, at this point, you can save and notify the customer. A box will pop up and you'll have your email from, and then you can select an email to. And what even goes into this location, if you don't have it preset, you can set it again by just editing the information right here and then select send. So we're going to add this check call if you want. To add another one at this point, you can. Otherwise, you have assigned this dispatch. So now this will move over into your active dispatch column, and you can find it by order date or pickup date. We'll select pickup date. And here's the one that we have, the newest pickup. And if you want to change any information on it, you highlight it, select it, and then it'll bring up the trip settlement sheet. Or you can even do the trip sheet. And this will allow you to keep track of all your IFTA amounts. If you want Pro Miles to add the information for you, you can select Pro Miles, and as you can see, it has, based on your odometer reading before the trip, it automatically calculates the miles and shows you the odometer reading right here. Now this will save for every trip. Once you select save, this will save for every trip, and when it comes time to file your IFTA, all this information is already done for you. You can transfer it over to Express IFTA just by going to IFTA tab, and it will transfer all the information over for you, calculate it for you, and you will be done with your IFTA. So we try to make it a little easier for you. But Pro Miles integration allows this to be possible, so it makes it real easy for you. Any trip expenses would be from this section, or again, you can select add an expense from here. Any other expenses, if it's not a fuel expense, so if you want to add a maintenance expense that happened, add maintenance expense. Only required information is highlighted with a little asterisk in red beside it. For this section, it is expense date, the method of payment, the payee, and the total amount that you paid, along with a category that it falls in, such as reimbursement, repair, maintenance, insurance, any kind of expense that you want to add here. Also, you choose a file. If you have a saved copy on your computer, you can choose to add this to the file, and it will stay located inside TruckLogics for you to reference in future, for future use. Now, we're also going to look at this section and see where you can invoice. You can invoice right inside the dispatch tab. And right here, it will show you the invoice. And once you're done with the invoice, you select Generate. And if you want to finalize it, you can finalize it by pressing Finalize. If you would still like to edit later on, you're more than welcome to edit later on. Again, we try to make this program up to you, leave it up to you how you want to run your business, and that's why we leave most of these options open-ended based on how you work your business. Now you can print this and also email it. Now it looks like I have a question, so I'm going to pull this up and look at questions. Give me just a moment. Okay, I've also got another question here I want to answer for everyone. Someone asked if they have Pro Miles already. Do you need to pay for the software still? Right now, no, because it is free to everyone using the program how we have it set up now. Going forward, we started in the new year. We're going to have different options for that we'll announce then. But for right now, we don't have to worry about it for the first 3 months. It is completely free to anybody using TruckLogics. All right, and so I'm going to see if there's any other questions, then I'll continue the presentation. Now, like I was saying, this is the invoice screen. And also from this screen here on invoicing, one very important feature that we've added is dispatch documents, images, and you can also print and send images from this screen. Why it's important is because you will probably do many dispatches while using TruckLogics, and there will be lots of paperwork that goes along with it. Well, any of the paperwork that you scanned, you can upload right into TruckLogics and be able to access it through the dispatch screen. So no matter if it's a year from now and you want to find out what you've done as far as dispatches and see if you actually have any of the receipts from the trip, BOL, anything that you need for this trip, you can go and reference right back from here. And how you do that is by uploading a document. All you do is choose the file, select a document name, and upload. If you want to print and send documents, you select here, and you can download invoice package or send by email. Anything else that you might have that you have uploaded into this screen, you can send from this area. At the end of the trip, you have your trip settlement screen, which is here. It shows pay method, you pay per miles. Any rate that you've set up for the driver, you will have here. And again, this is if you're not an owner-operator. If you're an owner-operator, it will show just your dispatch screen and not the order screen. And if you're using this for maintenance, again, you wouldn't worry about completing any of this information. And at the end, you'll see your trip net revenue, hauling income, total income, any fuel expenses that were paid out, other expenses, and your total expenses, and so you can gauge how profitable your net revenue was from a trip just from this screen here. So it makes it very convenient for you. Now, a couple other things I do want to go over while we're still looking here is expense accounts. So we're going to go over the chart of the accounts. So chart of accounts shows you a little bit of everything. First, the top column here will list all the income. So if you collected tax, mileage income, fuel surcharges, advance, anything that you have collected in income will be here, and you can sort it either by income, description, or name. If you would like to search for something, you can filter it by selecting a name. So if we just want to search for fuel charges, there's your fuel surcharge there. And by clearing it out, it returns back to the way it was. So that is for income. Your expense account, right at the bottom. Again, if you want to filter this, you can select here for anything that you might have paid, and you can sort each column right here. So again, name, description, total expenses. If you would like to receive a payment, you can select from the toolbar on the left side of your screen, receive payment. If it's a customer or carrier, you can select, look up the customer. So we'll say Holmes Trucking. We'll select it. And all you would have to do is select the total amount received. And it will show you total to apply, amount to credit, because we have not invoiced anything to this company. And you can select payment method, check, cash, EFT, credit card, and then select save, and it will keep it there. If you want to look at just income, you can select income transactions and filter by category, from date, to date. If you want to add income, you can select it right from this screen here, or again from the blue button at the top. Expense transactions on the toolbar on the left, you select it, and it's the same as income. Select category, from date, to date, and then we've separated this into add a fuel expense, which I'll pull up now to just give you an overview. And this requires you only to select unit, fuel date, fuel quantity, fuel type, and amount, and then come down, paid by, country, state, which defaults to USA, and then you can select the state right here. And if you have any attachments that you want to attach from here. So we'll go back to expense transactions. If you want to add another expense, you select another expense, and then again, you can select what the expense was from this section here. So that is the chart of accounts. Now we'll take a look at address book. The address book gives you a place to store your customer, drivers, brokers, vendors, and carriers from one spot. So you can always reference the information on the fly. And again, you can add a new customer or broker, vendor from this section by selecting Add New. And then it'll pull up this. Or again, the big blue button in the right-hand side of your screen, you can select Add New, and then there's Contact there. When adding a new customer or contact, the only required information we're going to go through this is, again, with the red asterisk. All this other information that we have on the screen is up to you. It's discretionary, depending on what you think you need to input. The only information that is required is anything with a red asterisk. So, to give you an example, we'll add a company name here. And we'll continue. That's all that needs to be added here. Address section. Again, it says what type is this? Is it a shipping address, an office? This goes to help you with ease of use when dispatching, because some companies will have an office address, a shipping address, and a billing address. So this allows you to keep it separate. But you're only required to enter one address. So in this section, we don't even make you fill out the complete address. You just start entering what you're looking for, and it pops up. And then we save and continue. If at some point you just want a customer in here, just the name of the customer, and you do not feel like entering the address or any other information, you can select skip. It will ask you, you have entered values in some fields, do you want to skip it? That means it will erase the information that you may have already entered. Maybe you don't have time to complete it. You just select yes, it'll move on to the next section, skip again, and continue, and it is added. The customer is there, but no information is entered in for the customer. So here we have Harris Cleaning. As you can see, there is no information whatsoever because maybe you didn't have time. If you want to come back and enter that information later, you can select it by clicking Edit, or delete the contact altogether by selecting the trash can and select Delete. But for this purpose, we'll go back to Edit again and look at some of the fields that are in here. So we'll go back, we'll select that there was an office type, and we'll pull up the address. Information in here. And now we have it with the location. If you want to map the location, you can select Map and it will pull it up. If not, you can just select Continue. Any other info you want to put in here, you can continue. And again, it shows the locations that you have. If you want to add new locations, you just select Add New Location. Again, it's up to you and how you want to store information for your business. All right. One last thing that we're going to cover is the truck zone real quickly. This is for adding equipment and maintenance. I want to go over this just quickly. We're going to add a truck, so I can again show you how to add a truck. Adding a truck, all you need to select is the unit number. So we'll just enter a unit number and select Continue. If it's not in service and you just want to keep a record of it, you can put in Not in Service. If you don't want to include it in billing, you can select right here, and it will uncheck the box to include in billing. For this purpose, we'll leave it included in billing and select Continue. Vehicle details, nothing is required. Again, all you need is a unit number for the vehicle. Some people want to track all this information, and you're free to do so. If you do not feel like filling it out or do not want to, you're not obligated to. You just select Continue or Skip. We're going to skip. License detail, insurance detail, again, you're not required to enter in any of this information. It is up to you. We let you decide how to run your business. So if you want to keep track of it from this program, because we will email you based on expiration dates, you can select it here. And last location, we do require last location just so you have a record of it if you're including it into billing where it was located at last, so for your records in the future. Also, you can skip that. So if you're not saving that portion of it, you can. Select Continue, and you are ready to go. As far as TruckLogics go, this is a pretty simple system as you've seen today. Besides from keeping track of your maintenance, your equipment, orders, and dispatches, we allow you to use the program the way you want to. And we've made it easier than ever with our partnership with ProMiles to do your quarterly tax filings. And along with trip sheets and cloning orders, it's never hard for you to figure out the way to go. Now, we also have here IFTA, what I was talking about earlier. IFTA, this is your IFTA dashboard, and you can select the quarters right here, and it'll bring it up for you. And then you can even go as far as to having the file with expressifta.com. And you can either go to Express Truck Tax, or let's go to Express Truck Tax. And this is expresstrucktax.com. And from here, you can select IFTA or your 2290 filing. IFTA, your Express Truck Tax account is automatically synced to TruckLogics. So when you're using TruckLogics, if you don't want to create an account using a new email address and password, you can use your existing truck tax password and it'll work for both. So all of our products are synced together to make it easier on the end user. If you do not have a truck tax account, please explore some of the options that we have as far as 2290 filing and IFTA. We also, it's available in mobile applications such as iPad, iPhone, Android tablets, and Android phones. TruckLogics we've also released on the Apple Store and the Google Store, so you can use it from there. You can even send dispatches to your drivers who are connected, and they'll be able to log into the mobile application and be able to pull up the information. So we make it easy for you to do that. And we'll go over here to application. If you needed to know anything about it, you can select apps, and it will tell you a little bit about where to find it here. But I would encourage you to check that out and have your drivers check it out, because it's easy to manage drivers and drivers to manage the information from one place on the go. And at this point, what I'd like to do is just go over some support options for you. We have support videos from this location. Then we also have FAQ. And then our overall support options allow you to phone us right here in Rock Hill. Here's our local phone number here. You can email us anytime, day or night. Chat. We're always available for live chat. And like I explained at the beginning, we have social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, a number of ways to contact us there, and we're more than happy to work with you and help you any way you like. So please feel free to get in touch with us from any one of those sections there. We are going to have another training session coming up next week on Thursday, October 9th at 10 a.m. Again, that's Thursday, October 9th at 10 a.m. And if you would like to find out more information or register for that, feel free. We'll be sending the information out. At this time, I'm going to open it up for any questions that you might have, and I'll try to answer them. All right, while we're waiting, I will go over a couple of things with you just to take a tour of what we do. We have a blog that we'd love to share with you too, and you can check that for information every day. Also, again, we'd like to encourage you to go to the App Store, check out all the applications, and if you have any support questions, you can find them here, our blog. Go over to the blog right now. You can find interesting topics on the blog, also information on how to use TruckLogics. Our newest blog right here, the newest feature, Pro Miles, highlights Pro Miles and shows you a little bit about how it works in trip sheets and about never getting lost. Another one that we have on here is Flashback Friday, which is always a fun one. Check back every Friday. This Flashback Friday was Kenworth this past Friday, and that was a great blog. And we have a scenic tour of TruckLogics, so you can always consult the blog for information, tips, and tricks on how to use TruckLogics. I do believe I have a question. I'm going to take a look at it and I'll answer. All right, we have a maintenance question. It's a great question. Wondering if there's reminders for maintenance. The section for maintenance over here in the truck zone, we'll highlight it. We'll go to maintenance. Now, there's two places to look and see what your maintenance is, what maintenance tasks are available. One here, you can look and see what maintenance tasks you have assigned, or from your convenient dashboard of the TruckLogics. So it has any upcoming maintenance tasks right here on your dashboard. But we'll go back to the truck zone. You can select and schedule maintenance. So if you want to schedule a maintenance, again, you can select add maintenance here, add truck maintenance, and then you can select a unit you want maintenance on and the date that you're scheduling it for. Now that's important because if you've already got scheduled maintenance coming up and you select a date here, it will remind you and email you telling you that it's upcoming. Also, it will always remind you right on your dashboard, in addition to the emails, you'll always be able to see any maintenance reminders from the dashboard on your screen, no matter where you are. So, good question. Yes, we do have maintenance scheduling and maintenance tasks for it. Now, looking at this truck zone here, we'll go back to the maintenance just to give you, I don't have anything assigned in here, but you can select it for next due date. You can select it on the mileage. You can schedule for or also you can select it for the date that it's due. So either way, we have you covered when it comes to that. There's another question. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Okay, one is on the questions on rate confirmation sheet. I'm going to go over the rate confirmation sheet by going into dispatches. And we'll go to the newest order that we created. All right, this has everything here for your order, and then we're going to go over to trip settlements. All right, the trip settlement will show you exactly what it is, and then if you want to print this out, you can print out a rate confirmation sheet, which we're going to pull up here. And this is the load rate confirmation sheet, what we have. You have the customer information, order number, reference number, who the shipper is, co-signee, freight details, charges associated with it, name, title, signature, and phone number. So this is the rate confirmation sheet that we have for TruckLogics. We have another question. I'm going to get to the question. Okay, we got a question basically asking, physical due dates, amber light permits, just miscellaneous task reminders. As far as like physical due date, that is in the driver. The physical due date is in the driver section when you add a driver from this section here. Address book, you can add a driver, and it will have, let's see, let me just pull up one for you. See contact name, let's go to drivers. And it has all your license details here, medical card renewal date, and it has that. But as far as task management and alerts from task management, assigning little tasks here and there, besides for maintenance tasks, you can assign alerts. We don't have general task alerts or signs yet in the system. That's something that has been requested. We looked at it when it was in beta, and we just released it, so we didn't have enough time to add something like that in yet. But we're constantly looking at things, not saying that it will be, but it's one of the things that's been requested, and we're always looking for ideas. So we don't have that yet, but we are looking at that. Good question, though. Thank you for asking it. All right, I had somebody again ask when the next webinar is going to be. It's going to be next Thursday at 10 a.m. So please be sure to check that out. We'll have a few different features that we'll go over a little more in depth too. It'll be fun. Again, it's next Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please check that out. While we're sitting here seeing if there's any other questions, I'm going to go back over the contact information. When you're inside of TruckLogics, and if you happen to have something that's you're looking for or not quite sure about, right here on the right-hand side of your screen is a easy pop-out, slide out. If you select this on the right-hand side of your screen, this arrow, I'm going to slide it back and I'm going to open it up again. This shows all recent activities. You can chat with us. And you can also select help videos from right here. It's a very nice feature that we have, and again, it shows any recent activities. We have a new question, so I'm going to stop this and go to the question. All right, one thing I would like to do too is tell everybody, please send your support questions, support@trucklogics.com. But also one thing we'd like you to ask to email to us is any dates or times that you think are good training days, like if you think Thursdays or Wednesdays are. And we're going to collect those dates and set up our webinars around them. And also, what times are usually good? And we'll see if we can hit some of those times in the future. Any suggestions that you have, we love to hear suggestions. And the easiest way to make a suggestion, not only on the website, is by emailing us at support@trucklogics.com. Again, that's support@trucklogics.com. And we do look at every suggestion that comes in, and we do have a list we put it on. And so we go through that list and see how many, what feature has been requested the most. And sometimes we will take up some of those feature requests that we get, depending on what they are, how much time consuming it is, where we are in development too. But we appreciate the suggestions and any comments that you might have. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, we wanted to thank everybody that joined us today. And we appreciate you using TruckLogics and trying it out. We're thankful for that, and hope you continue to enjoy it and continue to use it. If you have any questions, again, our support is easy to go by. We have videos, FAQ. Again, you can contact us a number of ways through social media or even right on the site through live chat, email, and phone support. We're right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. If you'd like to come by and see us, we'd be glad to see you, invite you into the office, give you one-on-one training even. So anything that you need, please feel free to reach out to us. We're always here to help, and we have a great team. So again, thank you for joining us today, and we'll talk to you next week on Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you.